Howdy, Shugs. Okay, so after years of yelling at the Sims team, a few weeks ago, they gave us a chance to give them feedback on like what we actually think needs to change in the game, like some things that they will actually take into consideration. So it's coming on November 4th, right? So let's just see what they are planning to do and what they have on their laundry list. So 150 plus community chosen fixes coming November 4th. This was published October 27, 2025. So I'm not going to read all that. We know what's happening here. There's a bug fix. There's also a video you can watch, and you also can see the quality of life roadmap, things that they had planned for The Sims for the future. So boom, we will see the top 5 most voted fixes right here. The EA forums identified and resolved some cases of photos turning black in inventory when taken with the camera. Applies to new saves only. So note, your old saves this will not apply to. It applies to new saves only. Sabotage interaction is no longer available on objects without completed deviance aspiration. When the mixologist is in conversation with NPCs, they'll break out of it if a drink order is queued up and be more responsive, which is great because sometimes you go to the bar and you never get your drink. It may take literally 3 to 4 sim hours for them to start making your drink, which is why one of my good shugs recommended that you just order wine. Order wine at the bar. It takes zero time for them to make. Children should now more clearly inherit some features from their parents. There may still be some variation. A child's nose might be slightly wider than their parents, for example, but you should be able to see distinct features passed down between generations. If both parents have large ears, the child probably will too. So that's pretty neat. Relationships decay after having a baby was too fast and was destroying relationships. It has been slowed. So apparently these are the top 5 most voted fixes. Now in basic game fixes, there are quite a few. There are quite a few. Like the one that stood out to me was the vacation day. Take vacation day. It's only given to the sim if their next shift is within the next 24 hours. This means that some careers often have 1 to 3 days free, so sims must wait until the last day in order to request a vacation day. When the option is not available, it is now grayed out with a tooltip explaining it's only available 24 hours before the next shift. So it's little fixes like that that I think people will appreciate. And then also this part right here, Sims putting their books, food, drinks into their inventories and then complaining about it later on, complaining that they can't find it. That is allegedly being fixed. So that is one of the things that they have on the list that is supposed to be fixed. So that is one of the things that they have on the list that is supposed to be fixed. So the Sim should return that item to where it actually belongs. Now I'm not gonna. I really don't think that's gonna be a 100% thing. Like if it's like a real life type of thing, the Sims is gonna put that thing anywhere. But it's nice to know that they are trying to work on that to get those Sims to put the stuff where they belong. Because there's too many times that my Sims have read a book and went and put it in the bathroom, or put the food instead of the trash can, put the food in their pockets, and they complain about the smell later on. Like, bitch, you stink. You don't smell that because we do. It's coming from you. The call is coming from inside the house, literally coming from inside the house. Another one that's beneficial that I think I needed because I made a lot of jokes on my channel about nannies and how they do nothing but play my games and don't actually take care of my babies. And I've had to unalive a few because you were not doing your job, so you had to go. And you weren't going to leave out here peacefully. That's not how we work over here. So yeah, the nannies and butlers will perform their duties more often and regularly. They will check if they need to perform duties every 30 minutes instead of every 4 hours. So that's every 30 sim minutes. So for us, that's what, like 5 to 10 seconds, especially if you play with your game like speeding up, especially if you play with your game sped up. So yeah, they'll be checking those needs every so often, more often than what they were because they felt like they really were not doing nothing. So yeah, as you can see, there are quite a few base game fixes that were needed. And then they also have fixes that they're going to implement that will affect the multiple packs, as you can see here. And then they have the section, the category for expansion packs. So these are features. And then they have the category here, expansion packs. These are going to tackle things in certain expansion packs that were either glitches or things that just needed to be fixed in general. And they do have these broken down by each expansion pack. And the first one to stand out to me is I do not have the fairies pack, but this is all I kept seeing people complain about was they're trying to limit the fairies to the fairy world because not everybody wants the fairies to be everywhere. Some people just want to play with the fairies in that world. So this is supposed to be that fix for that. They even have the category for the game packs like Home Chef Hustle, My Wedding Stories, Realm of Magic. And then you also have your stuff packs like your knitting pack, your spooky stuff pack. Now I'm curious to see if anything will happen with the Dine Out. So the Dine Out pack, I absolutely do not have it. Will never get it. I've only heard nothing but horror stories about the Dine Out pack. I'm good on that. But I'm curious to see like the feedback from the community that if y'all find any changes or anything that actually helps, or if your sim actually can go to a restaurant and eat within 24 hours without a mod. In conclusion, there are a lot of bug fixes that are coming to this game. Like I said, I want to wait to see what it's actually going to give because I'm going to sit back and watch and see what happens with the community, see if things actually change before I update. Anyway, as y'all know, I'm waiting on my on modders to update their stuff before I even consider updating. But I am curious to see if there are actually going to be any changes that are going to be beneficial. Is it going to hurt the game? Like what's going to happen? So all we can do is wait and see. So when it comes out on November 4th, y'all will not see me. All right, y'all. Peace out. And it is dag dag. Until next time.